Good morning. My name is Kerly Murillo Mora. Today I'm going to talk about predictor of citation of systematic review in oral implantology. Systematic review with or without meta-analysis are one tool that combine multiple studies trying to answer the same research question and provide an evidence summaries without requiring clinical to re-multiply individual clinical study. In the current scenario of ever-increasing number of dental journals and research articles, clinical are faced with the challenge of navigating through the information overlap to identify reliable scientific evidence to answer their clinical question. Next, you
Results
can
to
see a
research
video.
specific clinical study categories, such as therapy, diagnosis, etiology, prognosis, or clinical prediction guides. Find the link to clinical queries on the PubMed homepage under PubMed Tools. Enter your search terms in the search box. This can be a simple search, such as Down syndrome, or a more complex search. Then click Search. Next, from the drop-down menus, select a category and scope. Broad for sensitive search or narrow for a specific search. Your results appear below on the left. Note that PubMed also generates systematic review and medical genetics results at the same time. If you have any more questions on using PubMed's clinical queries, please contact the Taubman Health Sciences Library. PubMed's clinical
Okay,
queries automatically
now
limit
we can talk with application in dentistry. In dentistry, there are several reports in the last decade that point to the huge variation in the methodological quality of systematic review, including our early report in periodontology and implant dentistry. Another article is cited citation count is an important metric used to access dissemination of evidence, and there are fears its impact in the siren community. Pros and cons. Pros. In health science, including dentistry systematic review and meta-analysis are cited or than other study design due to their inherent high level to evidence. 2. To access the correlation between the excluded variable listed in the data registration section above and the overall citation count obtained from Web of Science and Google Scholars. This analysis will allow us to identify or rule out particular metrics as being more important in increasing the citation count of this select review. Now we can see a video about the process.
Hi. I've been doing a series of workshops recently about Google Scholar, and today I'd like to take you through just the highlights, the best parts of that workshop. So today we'll talk about how to find full text articles, how to bring up citations in any format. We'll talk about author profiles and how to create author profiles, and then also how to create alerts. So let's get started. We'll start by going to scholar.google.com. Go to Google Scholar and click on the triangle on the right side of the search field. This will bring up the advanced search screen. We're going to be looking for the article, Predictors of Academic Performance of Pharmacy Students Based on Admission Criteria in a 3-Year Pharmacy Program. The lead author is Dr. Uni. In the menu on the left, it also gives you options like year range and sort by date. Also, it's advisable to click on related articles so you can see all the other articles that Google Scholar found that are related to this topic. And if you click on all 2 versions, you can see both of the versions of the article that Google Scholar found. Here's something else that's really cool. If you click on Cite, it will show you the citations for the article in the most popular citation formats, such as APA. Click on Cite, highlight the citation that you want in the format that you want, and then just copy and paste it, and you can put it into your Works Cited page or into the bibliography for the article that you're writing. Now we're going to take a moment to look at author profiles. We're going to look up another article. This article is called Higher Education and Emerging Technologies. This is an article that I co-wrote with some other librarians in Texas. I'm going to put in my last name. The lead author on this paper, her name was Erin Cassidy, and we just clicked on her name to bring up her author profile. So this gives some basic information about her and then also shows the articles that she's written and who and how many people have cited those articles. And now we're looking at my profile. I still need to put the picture up there. You can see that this article has been cited by 6. Now I'm going to show you how to create your own user profile. Go to Google Scholar and click on About Google Scholar. Click on Citations. Click on Get Started with Google Scholar. Fill out the profile information such as your name, the affiliation of the place where you work, an email address, and the areas of interest. Then click Next Step. Here you can find the article that you want and click on Add Article. Then from here, read through the information and click Next. And finally, read through the information and click Go to My Profile. If you click on the number under Cited By, it'll show you all the articles that have cited your article. Now I'd like to show you how to create an alert in Google Scholar. We're going to go back to the list of 6 articles that cited my original article. And at the bottom of the list, you can click on Create Alert. By creating an alert, it will send me an email every time someone cites my article. It's really cool. Click on Create Alert. Put in your email address and click the Create Alert button, and it will automatically let you know every time that your article has been cited by other articles. Now let's go back to the Google Scholar About page and click on Metrics. This will tell you about Google Scholar Metrics, and then you can click on Search Scholar in the top right. This takes us back to the main Google Scholar page, and then of course click on Metrics in the top. From here we'll select our subject. We'll go under Health and Medical Sciences, select subcategories. A pop-up will come up, and we'll select, in this case, we'll select Dentistry. These are the journals that have been cited the most in Google Scholar. By clicking on H5 Index, it gives you more information about that. And then by clicking on the actual number, it'll show you these are the articles that have been cited the most. This particular one has been cited 192 times. If you click on that, it actually shows you all of the different articles that have cited this particular article. Hi, thank you for taking the time to watch this short presentation on Google Scholar. I hope you learned something. If you have any questions, now's the time. Please let me know. Thanks.
Okay, now cons. The limited numbers reviewed included in the assessment would prevent additional analysis and affect the external validity of the results. The methodological quality does not necessarily indicate the quality of evidence, and SR encompasses. And finally, JIF by itself is not a good predictor of citation of individual article.
Hi, I've been doing.
Okay, now uses applying Ecuador. It is important to note that the number of times a published article is cited is not indicative of its scientific values. but showed its influence on the progress of the respective field of research and apply in any country, including Ecuador. However, an article related to implantology may have more citation than an article related to periodontics, even though both have the same scientific importance. Therefore, the number of citations of an article depends not only on its scientific importance, but also on the field of the research it covers. This is an example. Okay, and the conclusion. In conclusion, this biometric analysis provides insight into the progress and the interesting trends of dental implant research over the last 30 years. Obviously, there is a dynamic list that is changing over time according to scientific interest and prevalent research tendencies that has evolved over the decade. Okay, it's all for my presentation. Thank you for all.